Hey guys, it's Crumb. Welcome back to the channel and another video in the Restarting The Sims 4 series. In today's video, we are creating the Collins family. The Collins family are going to consist of a husband and wife and their 3 children. So this is going to be the first big family that we're going to be creating. The Collins are going to be living in Evergreen Harbor in Grimm's Quarry, more specifically the Miner's Mansion. I can see them living in quite a suburban house, but perhaps more of a smaller home that's equipped for their family. I can see maybe the mum and dad, they've not been able to afford as big of a house as they would have liked for their 3 children plus themselves. So I can see it maybe being more of a 2-bed, so maybe all the kids do have to share a bedroom. So this sim that I am creating here, this is going to be Andrew. This is Andrew Collins, and I see him being a proper dad. Just a real dad figure to his children. And I really wanted that to come across in the clothes that he wore. Like, honestly, when I was creating this sim, I sort of just thought about my dad and what my dad would wear on each occasion. I think I actually end up putting the aspiration of the Curator onto Andrew because I thought it'd be really nice for him to be like that collector dad. The dad that, has the book of stamps in the loft and the coins that you can collect as well. I could just see him being a real collector and being proud of his collection. I could also see him being a little bit of a hoarder. So maybe I could add a garage onto their build and it just being stuffed with old tools and computer bits that he doesn't want to get rid of and just things that, a wife would typically go through and, call it a day with different items, but he doesn't want to. So the traits that I end up giving Andrew are Goofball, a maker, and also an overachiever. I can see him creating little trinkets and wanting them to be perfect. Okay, so moving on to Andrew's wife. This is going to be Leslie Collins. Leslie is going to be a stay-at-home mum, and quite like Andrew is a dad, I can see Leslie being very much a mum. She is going to be so loving towards her children, so supportive of each of their choices. And I can also see her being that mum that has her door open to anyone. So, if her kids want to bring somebody home for dinner, she's very much, the more the merrier. She's that sort of mum. She's also the type of person where if she's only got £5 in her pocket, she will give you her last £5. She is a very generous and lovely sim. So when I was creating Leslie, I also wanted a personality trait of just a very huggable and lovely sim to come through, and I really did try to make that come across with everything she wore. Not that you guys would obviously notice, but this is now actually me a couple of days later with the rest of this voiceover, and I have actually now completed their house. It took me around 3 hours to build their house. I did get really stuck at some points and I did really struggle with some of the creativeness that I wanted to come through with it. But something that I definitely wanted to come across in their build was Leslie's personality of just how much she loves her children, with their artwork, their bedroom very colourful, very bright, vibrant, whereas maybe her bedroom with her husband isn't so furnished. Right, so Leslie Collins is a she/her. She has an aspiration of big happy family, and the traits that I gave her were family orientated, neat, and also cheerful. Moving on now to the first child of Leslie and Andrew, I used a system in CAS that I have never actually used before, and that was using CAS to mix the genetics. This is their eldest son, and this is Stephen. So Stephen Collins. I find it so easy to create children in CAS because I find it just really quick. They don't have as many options to go through. You only have to pick one trait for them, and the aspirations are so few and far between anyway that I just find it really quick and easy. And although we now have milestones that sort of set the path to give the children personalities, I struggle to really give a sim a storyline and a character until they become teenagers. Where I'm so used to doing the 100 baby challenge as well, I usually only see children for 1 to 2 days. So I gave Stephen the aspiration of creativity. And his first trait of loves the outdoors, I've actually given him a swing set in their home as well. Moving on to the second child, this is their eldest daughter. And again, I used the genetic system to choose her facial traits. I actually thought that what the Sims gave me in terms of the genetics were really pretty. There was just a couple of things that I wanted to change in her to make her look a little bit more like her mum. I can actually see maybe her and her brother, although they are going to be close, I can see her brother really getting on her nerves. I can see her wanting to study for school and he's just not interested in the slightest. So this is Summer Collins, and I can see Summer not really being too much of a girly girl in terms of her clothing style. I can see her just wanting to be comfy. That's all she wants. She wants comfort and niceties. So I gave Summer the aspiration of mental and also the trait of being a bookworm. I don't necessarily see her excluding herself, but I can see her very much. She loves being in her own world and the world of the books that she reads. On to the very last child, their third and their last. This is the newest member of their family who is still a baby. And funnily enough, I haven't actually included a crib. I've included a toddler bed into the build, so I'm going to have to go and change that. But again, creating a infant is such a simple task in CAS because there's not that many options and it is so quick. I also really toyed with the idea of whether or not I wanted the baby to be a boy or a girl. But I did choose boy, and this is Jack Collins. Jack is also a cautious baby. Here I am just sorting out all of the relationships between everybody in the household. But all in all, I think I've created a really lovely household with the Collins, and I cannot wait to play with them. Thank you for watching. Love you. Bye.